안녕하세요, Cloud입니다. Hey guys, Cloud here. Today we're going to be going over How to Study Korean Lesson 1. This is a recap after studying and learning all the grammar and vocabulary from this lesson. This lesson divides up into 6 different parts. First part being just learning the first greeting words. Hello in Korean is 안녕하세요. Thank you in Korean is 감사합니다. And the slightly less formal but also commonly used 고마워요. How are you in Korean is 잘 지내세요, but isn't as used as often as you think. And finally, please in Korean is 제발, which is also not used in the way that you think, but more on this in future lessons. The second part is the sentence word order. In English, we have subject, then verb, then object, and that's the construct that we use. Whereas in Korean, it is the subject, then the object, and finally the verb. The verb always comes at the end. An example of this, in English I would say I am a man, whereas in Korean, am comes at the end because it's the verb, I, man, am. In Korean this would be 저는 남자이다. 저 being I, 남자 being man, and 이다 being am. The third part of this lesson talks about Korean particles, 는 or 은, and 를 or 는 and 은 mark the subject of the sentence, while 를 or mark the object. An example here is I, beds, like. This is the Korean construct again. To add the particles, it would become I, 는, beds, 를, like. For sentences made up of subjects plus adjectives, like for example, I am cool, there is no object in this sentence, therefore there will be no use of the 를 or particles. Other examples are I am smart and I am hot. The fourth part of this lesson talks about 이다. Now 이다 acts like an adjective where it can't have an object, so you won't end up using 를 or For example, I am a chair. Yeah. In Korean, this would be 저는 의자이다. Again, there is no 를 or that is going to be attached with 이다. The fifth part of this lesson talks about 이, 그, and 저. 이 means this, and it's used when talking about an object that is close to you. 그 means that, but it's when you're talking about an object that's far away from you but close to the listener. So here, I'm the one saying 그, you're the one listening, the object is close to you, therefore I use 그. Now finally, that also means 저, but in this case the object is far from me and you. So I say, oh, that chair or that object over there would be 저. For example, I could say 이 도시, which means the city, 그 탁자, which means that table, or 저 차, which is that car all the way over there. 그 and 저 can also be used as pronouns. For example, I choose that. Lastly, if you combine 이, 그, and 저 with 것, which means thing, you get 이것, which means this thing, 그것, that thing, and 저것, that thing. Finally, the last part of this lesson talks about combining the constructs we just learned about this and that with 이다. If we put them together, we can make sentences like this thing is a computer. 이것은 컴퓨터이다. 이 combined with 것 to be this thing, 은, which is the subject marking particle, 컴퓨터, which is computer, and 이다. That's all for this recap. There's a lot of resources out there on our YouTube channel that can help you grasp the lesson even more. So I definitely suggest looking at the accompanying lessons, such as the Apply Yourself lesson, the sentence practice video, the dictation video, the reading practice, and the vocabulary practice. See you in the next lesson.